Tuesday, April 25th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news today, including a bank robbery in Greenwich, a major illegal tobacco bust, and much more. We also have some special guests today to talk about the Make-A-Wish Connecticut Wishes in Flight campaign. We'll be talking to Wish Kid Devin later on about his upcoming dream trip and how you can help other wishes come true. Frank Granito will join us with a look at the forecast and later on a Nutmeg sports update, and Donald Lang will join us to take a look back on this day in history. But first, around 9:45 this morning, Greenwich police say they were investigating a robbery at the Chase Bank near Lockwood Lane. No injuries were reported, but several officers were pursuing a suspect on foot. By 10:30, police said that uniformed police units are returning to their patrols. Detectives are continuing to investigate and all roads are open. We'll keep an eye on any updates. And a Stratford teen has been arrested in connection with a series of vehicle break-ins in Trumbull. A second suspect remains at large. According to police, a Jerusalem Hill resident called to report two males attempting to enter parked cars shortly before 5 in the morning. When police arrived, that resident directed them to where he had seen two people running. Police then located a 17-year-old suspect hiding in a driveway. That other suspect managed to evade capture. Officers determined both had arrived in a vehicle that had been stolen from Stratford and left nearby. Several additional vehicle keys were found, and further investigation has linked one of those keys to a second stolen car. The 17-year-old juvenile faces several charges, and Trumbull police say they are continuing to investigate. More at TrumbullTimes.com. And the Wilton Fire Department responded to a structure fire at 148 Old Highway just before 12:30 on Monday. Firefighters arrived within seconds and had the main fire knocked down by just about a minute later, although damage was heavy. No one was at home at the time, save for two dogs who were safely removed. The road reopened at about 3:15 after being blocked to traffic for several hours. Fire trucks were still clearing the scene at around 3:20, and investigators were trying to determine how that fire started and where. The road was blocked to traffic far ahead of the two-story wood home. You can get much more on that story at wiltonbulletin.com. And in other news, the Anti-Defamation League's Connecticut region, which covers the entire state of Connecticut, reported an increase in anti-Semitic incidents during the first quarter of 2017 compared to both 2016 and 2015. In a report released yesterday, the Connecticut chapter recorded anti-Semitic incidents increased to 10 in the first quarter of 2017 from a total of 3 during the same period in 2016. Of the 38 total incidents back in 2016, 25 were categorized as harassment or threats, while 12 were acts of vandalism and 1 was an assault. From 2015 to 2016, recorded incidents in Connecticut rose by 68%. Now, the highest increase in those incidents this year involved anti-Semitic harassment. ADL said they observed a 40% increase in the first quarter, due in part to a wave of bomb threats that hit Jewish institutions in the beginning of the year. In Connecticut, the JCCs in Woodbridge and West Hartford received threats, as did Hebrew High School in West Hartford. Steve Ginsburg, the regional director of the ADL Connecticut, said the increase in incidents is widespread and not explained away by the handful of bomb threats that were in Connecticut. He said we received calls about and investigated more than twice as many incidents in 2016. He said what is most concerning is an uptick of anti-Semitic harassment in schools. He said implementing ADL's anti-bias programs like Names Can Really Hurt Us and The Truth About Hate, which cover all kinds of prejudice, bullying, and hatred in schools, continues to be a top priority for ADL. ADL has been tracking anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. since 1979. And in other news, there was a large tobacco bust recently. Connecticut Commissioner of Revenue Services Kevin Sullivan announced the result of a 5-month investigation that led to the arrest of 10 people, as well as the seizure of more than $50,000 in cash and $234,000 in contraband tobacco from a Bridgeport tobacco wholesaler. The operation was conducted by the agency's Criminal Investigations Division in cooperation with the Bridgeport Police Department. That raid has put an end to what's been an ongoing crime involving as much as $250,000 in untaxed tobacco provided by the distributor and sold by local stores each month. KDV Discounts, which is located in Bridgeport, was raided by DRS agents with a search warrant. That owner, Pavan Vasami of West Haven, was arrested and charged with conspiracy and possession for the sale of untaxed tobacco. That ring sold in excess of $13 million in untaxed tobacco products to 450 retail locations in Connecticut. That equates to nearly $6 million in outstanding excise and sales tax. KDV Discounts was distributing non-tax tobacco products purchased in Pennsylvania and Illinois. But let's switch gears right now. Throw it over to Frank Granito for a look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate, and unfortunately lots of rain out there today. We're looking at on and off periods of showers throughout the afternoon with chilly conditions as temperatures sit in the low 50s and windier gusts now up to about 20 miles per hour for later on today. Rainfall will pick up this afternoon. It'll be a lot more consistent. We could see upwards of 1 inch to 1.5 inches totals before 10 p.m. tonight. The National Weather Service has issued a coastal flood advisory that will be in effect from 10 p.m. this evening until 1 a.m. Wednesday morning for the coastlines along the western Long Island Sound. That includes Bridgeport, Stamford, and New Haven. Rain will start to taper off in the early hours on Wednesday morning, and temperatures are back up on the rise tomorrow, reaching into the mid-60s. Spots of rain and drizzle earlier in the afternoon should clear out by tomorrow evening, as we are going to be looking at overcast skies and late night fog moving in before what should be a sunny finish to the work week. So we'll have to buckle down through these next 2 days, Kate, but we should see some sunshine for the weekend.
All right, that's some good news ahead, Frank. Well, we are going to step out for a break, and when we come back, Donald Eng joins us to take a look back on this day in history. Frank has your Nutmeg Sports Update, and we have some more local news coming up after this.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now during the spring clearance event, now through April 30th.
At Worcester School, we believe summer is a time for kids to be kids. We provide the safe and nurturing environment for them to find activities that match their interests and allow them to create lasting friendships. Summer at Worcester offers 7 weekly sessions at our Danbury campus from Monday, June 26th through Friday, August 11th for pre-K to grade 8. Find out more about our extended hours, new optional lunch program, and a new low price at summer@worcester.org or 203-830-3921. Summer at Worcester, experience the difference.
Wild Birds Unlimited.
At Wild Birds Unlimited of Brookfield, get expert advice from our certified bird feeding specialists. We offer always fresh, clean seed that will be sure to attract birds to your home feeder. Experience our excellent customer service. Open 7 days a week. Visit us at 317 Federal Road, Brookfield.
Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
Today's coffee break is brought to you by Monroe Dance Academy, with new spring sessions and daddy-daughter classes available. Featured in HAN's recent Kids World supplement, Monroe Dance Academy offers classes for all ages and levels, including summer dance camp for 4 to 6-year-olds and master class intensive for ages 10 and up. To learn more, go to the Academy's Parent Information Meeting on Thursday, April 27th from 7 to 8 at the 838 Main Street studio, or visit monroedance.com. Call them at 203-268-1200.
You don't have to go far for authentic Neapolitan cuisine and renowned wood-fire pizza. Pizzeria Loretano of Bethel is a contemporary Italian bistro, specializing in authentic wood-fired brick oven pizza Napoletana. Pizzeria Loretano was named one of America's top 1,000 Italian restaurants in 2008 by Zagat, and recommended by Jane and Michael Stern on National Public Radio's Splendid Table. Located close to the Bethel Cinema, we focus on quality, and our food is always made to order. Join us for live jazz Sundays from 6 to 8. Find our schedule, menu, and more at pizzerialoretano.com and like us on Facebook.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help.
Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now at 3 locations: 131 Kings Highway North in Westport, the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue, Norwalk, and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars. Wow. Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
Welcome back to this April 25th edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. It's time to take a look back on this day in history with our own Donald Ang. Don.
Well, it was the dawn of a public service campaign against wastefulness. First, though, we go to 1792, La Marseillaise, composed by Claude Joseph Rouet de Lisle. It would later become the French national anthem. Now, you've probably only ever heard the instrumental version, so you might not realize just how bloody those lyrics are. Some examples: tyranny's bloody banner raised, those ferocious soldiers coming to cut the throats of your sons and women. To arms, citizens, let impure blood soak our fields, and 7, count them, 7 more verses, just like that. So the next time a French athlete wins a gold medal and they play it, think of that. Speaking of warfare, 1915, today is Anzac Day in World War I. Australian and New Zealand troops land at Gallipoli in Turkey. The attack was unsuccessful, to say the least. 8 months of fighting, 550,000 casualties, achieved exactly nothing. Brilliant war movie about it, though, one of Mel Gibson's first starring roles. You won't enjoy watching it very much, though. There is not a happy ending. 1953. Francis Crick and James Watson published The Molecular Structure of Nucleic Acids, a structure for deoxyribose nucleic acid, describing the double helix structure of DNA. As scientific articles go, it's mercifully brief, just about 2 pages, but it outlines the fundamental process by which genetic information is passed on. The two would receive the Nobel Prize for their discovery. Finally, now we go to 1944 for the beginning of this.
The Bodie Plantation was one of the largest cotton plantations in the country. Today on this very site is a United Negro College Fund member school, producing graduates who become doctors, lawyers, and chemists. And your contributions to the College Fund help keep tuitions low at 41 schools, so young people with potential can reap the benefits of an education.
It took a lot to turn a cotton plantation into a college that plants the seeds of knowledge. Now let's get to work.
Give to the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
It was 1944. The United Negro College Fund incorporated with the concept of appealing to the national conscience to boost education. Today, the fund supports about 60,000 students and the 39 historically black colleges in America. 60% of those receiving assistance from the fund are the first members of their family to attend college. By the way, the college featured in that PSA is Tougaloo College, located in rural Mississippi. You've probably never heard of it, but despite its small size, more than 40% of Mississippi's African-American doctors and lawyers are graduates of Tougaloo, as are 35% of the state's African-American teachers and administrators. The United Negro College Fund's birthday today. That is your look back in history for today, April 25th, and I'm Donald Ng.
All right, thanks so much, Don. Well, in other local news, it looks like Ridgefield won't be an Airbnb destination anytime soon. The $30 billion online platform designed to facilitate short-term rentals between homeowners and travelers has been growing in major cities. However, hotel corporations as well as traditional bed and breakfasts have spoken publicly against the service, arguing that with Airbnb, homeowners are able to bypass regulations that hotels and inns must follow, and Ridgefield has been no different. According to Zoning Enforcement Officer Richard Baldelli, allowing an individual to stay at a residence for fewer than 30 days for compensation is considered a bed and breakfast under town regulations, whether or not breakfast is served, and it requires a special permit. Baldelli said, "We look at it as we don't allow short-term leases, but we do allow bed and breakfast." He said essentially it would require a special permit. Those wishing to use the platform need to apply for that bed and breakfast permit. 2 have been granted so far in Ridgefield. All right, let's throw it back over to Frank Granito now for a Nutmeg Sports Update. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. And the HAN Network was live at Stanford High yesterday for FCIAC baseball when the defending conference champion Darien Blue Wave took on the Black Knights of Stanford. Both teams struggled at the plate in the first 2 innings, but the runs started to add up in the third after Casey Brown broke the scoring open with a 2-out grand slam for the Wave. Stanford would respond with 3 runs in the bottom half of the third, but a Cord Fox leadoff homer in the fourth and a stellar performance from the Darien bullpen proved to be too much as the Wave would go on and win this one 9-5. Here's some of the highlights from Darien's win yesterday. As we've got 2 teams right in the thick of it in the playoff race, the defending FCX champion Darien Blue Wave, who come in 5-4, 4-2 in the conference, and the Stanford Black Knights 4-5, 2-3 in the conference. 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. Breaking ball hit out to center field, way back, and it is gone. A grand slam with 2 strikes on him, and just like that, the Wave is up 4-0. Popped out to second in his first plate appearance. Rips one down the right side. It's a fair ball. 1 run will score. Heading for home and scoring easily is Collazo. Kites makes his way to second, rounding for third, but he will pull up. It is a 2 RBI double. And just like that, the lead has been cut in half. And here is the 9th hitter of the order. Birkin rips one out to left center field. Jordan plants underneath it and makes the play. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base for the Black Knight dealer. As this one, a high fly ball to center field. Back at the wall, and it is gone. Oof. Peter Marin at the dish, and Beldotti certainly does not want this to extend another batter, but that's going to be the case. Ripped out to center. 1 run will score as Collazo fires home. Will there be a play at the plate? No. As Davey and Williams will both score. It is now 7-3 Blue Wave. As O'Malley pulls one down the right field line, and it is a fair ball. Rolls to the wall. He is into second with a double, and Jordan has scored. The lead now 4. Stanford down to their last strike as the 1-2 from Jordan gets Collazo to chase down low, and that will do it. 9-5 the final as the Wave holds on. Darien improves to 6-3 on the season now as Stanford falls to 3-5. They are 2 games back of the 8th place position in the FCX standings. Other scores from around the conference yesterday saw New Canaan suffering their first loss, Trumbull an 8-1 victory over the Rams. Danbury tops St. Joe's 6-5. Staples a big win over rival Greenwich 14-2. Wilton edged out Ward 5-1. Ridgefield continued their win streak 7-1 over Brian McMahon. They remain atop the West Division. Norwalk shut out Bridgeport Central 13-0, and West Hill with a big win over their inner city rival Trinity Catholic 13-1. We'll have complete coverage of yesterday's game on the HAN network, along with all of these baseball games later today on Nutmeg Sports. And of course, don't forget this afternoon from Dunning Stadium at New Canaan, girls lacrosse here on the network. The Staples Wreckers and the New Canaan Rams. That game is at 4 o'clock. But we'll see you at Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock before that. That's going to do it for this Nutmeg Sports update. Let's go back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Well, in other local news, Reading First Selectman Julia Pemberton will host an informational meeting on the town's efforts to foreclose on and develop the former Gilbert and Bennett wire mill site. That's going to be at 7:30 on Monday, May 15th at the Reading Community Center. The town is suing to foreclose millions of dollars in unpaid tax liens on the property, which a court has ruled have priority over the liens of the project's other creditors. But the foreclosure cannot extinguish tens of millions of dollars in bonds and other debt owed by separate municipal district, which had been created for the original project by the state legislator back in 2005. Those obligations, along with environmental contamination, which has yet to be cleaned up, could make the property unattractive to new developers. There's a lot more on that story at thereadingpilot.com. And Andrea Bossavain, director of the Stratford Health Department, made headlines around the state for criticizing the Starbucks Unicorn Frappuccino on social media. Bossavain said Monday that she was not trying to tell people not to sip on the trendy new beverage introduced by Starbucks earlier this month, only that the pink and blue colored drink is bursting with sugar. A post on the department's Facebook page read that while the Unicorn Frappuccino may be pretty to look at, it's loaded with 59 grams of sugar. That is over 2 times the amount of sugar recommended by the American Heart Association. That total, Bossavain said, exceeds the daily recommended amount of sugar by the American Heart Association. The AHA recommends that men consume no more than 36 grams or 150 calories of sugar per day, while women should have no more than 25 grams or 100 calories per day. But there's a lot more on that story at StratfordStar.com. We're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, we're joined by from some special guests from Make-A-Wish, Connecticut. I can't talk today. We are joined by special guests from Make-A-Wish, Connecticut. You do not want to miss it. Coming up on your coffee break after this.
When it comes to considering the outside of your home, just imagine the possibilities. Whether your dream is a stunning free-form pool or a tranquil, secluded garden, the team of professionals at Stonebridge Associates will make it a reality. We offer unparalleled landscape design and construction, masonry development, pools, spas, and water features, as well as landscape and garden maintenance. No other firm can offer the same level of creativity, quality, and personal attention. Discover the possibilities at stonebridgeassociates.net or call 203-544-8376 today.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. Mr. HandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
Mr. HandymanCT.com.
It's the InSports Athletic Functional Movement Assessment Program.
A program that uses a camera, the same camera that you use with an Xbox video game.
What it involves is 3 phases. One is the initial test, which will give you a very objective and lengthy assessment of how you are moving and where there may be imbalances.
Once test gets the results from the assessment, we'll develop a customized program for the individual.
The objective really to try to get as many young athletes through this program as possible.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network. Banking well is doing good. That's why, with the support of local community partners, Bankwell has launched the Bankwell Pet Adoption Project to boost awareness about the hundreds of animals in local shelters that need a home. And when you donate to the cause using the Bankwell self-service coin machines, we'll match your donation. For details, visit mybankwell.com/pleaseadoptme. Bank smart, bank local, bank well.
Spring has sprung at Walter Stewart's Market, and we're celebrating the new season with fresh takes on spring. From the finest produce around to guaranteed fresh seafood delivered daily by the best local supplier. Not only are we your time-saving one-stop shop for everything you need this season, our personable team is always ready with a helping hand. Shop Stewart's for the best of spring. Find us at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
The new fishing season is fast approaching, so it's time to head over to the dock shop and get your gear in order. We're now offering bait in both Darien and our Westport location. The dock shop can service and repair your rods and reels, spool up new line, and fill any empty space you might have in your tackle box. Whether you're a fisherman, boater, or beach bum, the dock shop is a unique place to shop. The dock shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
Did you know heart attacks and strokes are the leading cause of death in America? Protect the health of you and your loved ones. Talk to a doctor about heart disease. Hi, I'm Dr. David Pazer with ProHealth Physicians, encouraging you to stay informed about health matters that affect you.
ProHealth Physicians is on the pulse of social media to share information about health and nutrition with the community. Get up-to-the-minute alerts, including ProHealth Physicians' news and upcoming events. Connecticut's leading group of primary care doctors is just a click away.
At Budget Blinds, we're in business to frame the light, the day, and the night. So we give you an exclusive combination of high style, expert service, our no surprises pricing, and our no questions asked warranty. We believe that everyone, at every budget, deserves style and service. Isn't that a beautiful place to be?
Join the HAN Network in Make-A-Wish, Connecticut to help make travel wishes come true for local kids with life-threatening medical conditions. Donate your unused airline miles to the HAN Network's Wishes in Flight campaign. Over 70% of wishes granted involve travel, and your unused airline miles can help make kids' dreams become a reality. Plus, once you donate your miles to Make-A-Wish, they never expire. Donate your miles at ct.wish.org/HAN Network and help us change lives, one wish at a time.
Welcome back to this Tuesday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and today we have special guests in studio to talk about the final week of a very important campaign, HAN's Wishes in Flight campaign with Make-A-Wish Connecticut. Donating your airline miles to the campaign makes incredible wishes come true for children with serious medical conditions. This campaign ends April 30th. Now, I'm joined by Nicole Miles, a volunteer coordinator with Make-A-Wish Connecticut, and Devin Banks, a wish kid from Weston who's getting ready to embark on his dream trip. Now, welcome, guys. So happy to have you both.
Thank you for having us.
Now, Devin, before we talk about your incredible wish, Nicole, let's talk about the airline miles. Why are they so key for Make-A-Wish?
So we are on track to grant 245 wishes in the state of Connecticut this year, and 70% of those wishes involved airline mile travel.
Wow, that's incredible. So these just donations doesn't necessarily cost anyone anything. It's easy to do.
Yep. So unused airline miles, no matter how few, we can put them in a bank and they never expire for us. So we can use them for wishes like Devin, who is going to South Africa this summer.
Devin, this is amazing. Now, this was based off of your favorite animal. Tell us about your favorite animal. If you can't see this little guy here, tell us about your favorite animal.
My favorite animal is a cheetah. Since when I was 4 years old, and you can see here, I was working on a picture of a cheetah right down here.
Mm-hmm.
And since then I've really liked them. And this guy, because in 3rd grade for my school we had a project for endangered animals, and I did the gorilla, but one of the animals was a cheetah. So since my teacher for winter, we all voted and we adopted an animal from the World Wildlife Foundation.
Oh, cool.
And we did a sea turtle, but I thought I could ask my mom and see if we could adopt one for me. And I picked the cheetah since I really love them.
Really? Why? Because they're so fast? What is it you love about them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you like cats as well?
Just
big cats like cheetahs, right? So you're going to South Africa. This is amazing. You're going this summer, right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to be your birthday when you're there. How old are you going to be turning?
11.
That's a big one. Have you ever had a birthday this exciting?
No. I've had pretty fun birthdays.
Now, Nicole, when Make-A-Wish gets a request like Devin's, I mean, what was your reaction? South Africa.
Yeah.
So cool.
I think our first reaction was just how cool it was, but why? And hearing Devin's reason and his family really supporting, you know, his love of cheetahs and certainly his interest over the number of years, we're so excited to send him and hear how the trip is.
So now, Devin, you have hemophilia, and I know that you also try to help other people that have hemophilia. You've gone to Washington, D.C., you've gone to the state capitol. Why is that so important to you?
It's really important to me because I've had times that I've really wanted to play outside, but I had to do my infusions, and I have to be more, like some sports I can't play because of my disease, like football, that I kind of want to play.
Yeah, so that's hard. But then how did it feel to find out you get to go on this special trip?
It felt really good.
And you got doctor approval and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your family's coming with you. Who's coming with you?
My family and my cousins, they live in Westport, right around Campo Beach. And then also my cousin from Delaware.
That's exciting. Now, Nicole, that is a big part of this because it's not just the Wish kid going on any of these trips. It's also the families, which is so important. And families of any child with serious medical conditions, there's a lot of stress there. So is that part of what's so important of granting these wishes?
Oh, it's so important. I think it's a great opportunity for them to get to focus on their time as a family and do something exciting away from doctor visits and hospital visits and infusions in Devin's case. So
yeah, and we should say the website for people to donate now through April 30th is ct.wish.org/HAN network. There's the website right there. Now you can donate any kind of airline miles there, correct?
Any kind. If you go online and you click on Donate Airline Miles, it'll walk you through the information to put in and the airline what'll prompt you.
That's awesome. Now, Devin, what else are you excited about for this trip other than the cheetahs?
I'm really excited kind of about the safari.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're going to be able to see, like, the cheetahs, I think we get to feed some elephants.
That's really cool. And you know, we should hold this up because, Devin, this is what you made when you were 4 years old, right? So this is your cheetah. You've had it ever since? Yeah. Now going on 11 years old. So cool. And you get to see the real thing in just a few months. So we're so excited for you. All right, Devin. Well, thanks so much for joining us today and talking to us. All right, and Nicole, thank you. Yeah, please, again, donate your airline miles, ct.wish.org/HAN network. And of course, you can follow more stories on Connecticut Wish Kids in all of our HAN network news websites and newspapers this week. We're going to wrap things up here on your coffee break, but of course, Nutmeg Sports coming up at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, live baseball, and we will see you tomorrow. Oh, girls lacrosse. And we will see you tomorrow for your coffee break at 11.